Well, I think it's 12 o'clock, Jack.
Um,
Hang on. Money on Tim making a comment before Seb joins.
Before Seb comes on, yeah.
Here we go. As you can tell, Seb
Spain, you were right, mate.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah. We were trying to remember what all the teams were in the World Cup.
So,
hi guys, welcome to the stream.
How are you doing? It's a nice quiet one today. We're just going to ease you in with some easy listening.
Join Jack and Fred on Soul Radio.
Rolling smooth. Boom. There it is. Nice,
Yeah.
Tim. Tim has said hello before Seb has joined the stream. Just shows
I'm going to ring Seb and, are we streaming today?
Yeah, just go, you all right, mate? How's it going?
How you doing? I just thought I'd check up on you, see how you're doing. And
how you doing, Tim? Love it. It's literally calls him out straight away. Get it, Lenny. How you doing, mate? Who else is in here? Tom Martin's joined in.
Hey, Seb, how are you doing? Are you really? Oh, really? Hi, mate.
Gotta learn to stop keeping me in the backstage. I've been building this, look, with Sarah.
For Sarah?
Oh, the cat tree.
Yeah.
He's got a cat tree for Shelby.
Hey, Gary, how you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. How are you?
What he's put together.
I hadn't forgotten we had a stream. You.
I love it. Straight away. Late again.
Straight in.
Oh, dear.
What? My mug. Oh, yeah. Jade's telling me.
Right, what are we watching today?
I don't need therapy. I just need to go to Australia.
Nah, you don't, mate. You just need to stay in England. That's all you need.
That's a great segue into the game we're watching today.
It is actually, because we're watching Australia versus Spain.
Yeah, why don't you just come to Spain, mate?
On the top.
Much better, much closer.
That's a shame, isn't it? Why would you put the final score in the title of a game video?
That is awful. Pause it for a second, buddy.
Yeah, we'll let it buff.
Yeah, it's skipping a lot.
So yeah, this is the quarterfinals, if I remember rightly. Oh yeah, now says it across the top again.
Yeah.
So we don't know who won the quarterfinals.
Who could it be?
Mind you, we do, because we've already watched. I know we haven't, but we have mentioned many times that Australia are in the semi-finals against us.
Well, I know. I was at this game actually. I watched this one.
Were you none?
Yeah, it was in Albi.
I think I was. We were at it, weren't we? Jack? Did we watch
You was at it for a bit. You ignored us and walked past us, sat in the corner. I was like, "You all right, guys? How you doing?" Oh, hey, John.
I didn't know you.
I came and gave you a hug.
Outside? Yeah, we spoke outside. Yeah.
But I remember being really offended at this game because I really, really, really wanted to watch this game because a lot of my mates are in the Spanish team.
Yeah, you left and went and got food.
And I really didn't want to leave, and I wanted to stay. And Martin Coyne would ask me to go out to ask a restaurant and translate for them and do all these questions instead of watching the game. And I said, honestly, I really want to watch the game. So you need to come and translate for us.
We sorted out going to that restaurant for some food, and we all sat down for food, and then we caught up with Fred again and said, "You guys have just missed a right game." And it was the one where Scotland had got into the fight with that French team.
Yeah.
Mate, I was gutted that we left. I thought I really, really wanted to watch that game.
The thing is there was nothing, because when we went to go get food in between two games, there was a little corner shop down on the corner and we got a sandwich. And then that night was we need to sort out getting food properly if we're not going. But then the next day it was in Toulouse. So we went to a restaurant and it was great. But yeah, there was not a lot around this place.
I'm just going to grab a drink.
It was.
Oh, look at him. He's ready, but not ready, huh?
Gone to get a drink. Mine's just here.
Mine's just here.
Yeah.
Water.
Gotta hydrate.
There you go. Keep hydrated, boys.
Got the comb ready. Had a good old brush.
Yeah. I might make a brew.
Not now. We're live. Oh, Jesus.
I'm ready. I'm just waiting for Jack.
I need to stop drinking coffee because I down it. I don't like sip coffee. Once I've got a cup,
man.
I
So
just love to down it all.
we landed in Toulouse, I think, the night before this game, and we had to end up getting a cab from Toulouse to this place because the trains weren't running or something.
Where was this again? That must have been really expensive.
Yeah, mate. This was
Albany.
in, but we went there in order to get a train, and we went there. We bought tickets, and they said that the train wasn't happening, and we were like, oh. And then we sort of had a chat with a guy who sorted us out like a taxi up there and a taxi back all at one price. But on the way up there, this we was already running late, obviously, because we was waiting for this train, and this massive like flatbed truck had a load of crates on, and as it drove onto the motorway that we had to get on, they all fell off. So I like jumped out the car, run down, and started picking them all up, and we was all moving them over to the side. And he was like, "Oh, thank you," and like pulled over, and then so we could come along, and we still ended up, I think, about half an hour late. It was mental.
Ooh, right.
But yeah, they were not a good morning, that one.
Yeah, trains are often cancelled in France, mate. They're always late, and it's ridiculous.
It just was like they just kept saying it's not, and we was like, it's not. I'm guessing they mean there's no trains, guys. I don't know.
It is not. It is not to me.
It's not. Cool.
Right. Awesome. Right. Let's see if this is buffing.
I remember
now.
this being quite a good game, actually.
Yeah.
Could have gone both ways.
There we go. Shaking.
What was the score between Australia and Italy? I think this ended up a closer game in the end. Or am I mistaken?
Here we go. How's it looking?
Yeah, not too shabby. A little bit skippy, but all good.
Stefan, finally a good game. Yes. Sorry, Stefan. We do tend to put all the games you've lost up.
But is it a good game? That's what we're going to find out.
We'll be the judge of that.
So obviously,
your opinion.
The Spanish team were really new. This was like their first tournament, wasn't it? They're, I believe they were under 18s basketball team or something?
Some of them were, yeah.
Some of them are from Catalan.
Like Joel's from Catalan.
Rafael
as
well. Chicken chase.
My cat's going crazy. Jesus. And
they also have the handless guy called Oscar.
He was unreal, mate.
He was amazing.
He made you second guess if you could actually push your chair or not. He's one of those guys.
Gavin Dobson says the changing room smelt rank at that venue. That might not be down to the venue. It might be down to whichever team played before you, Gavin.
Yeah.
Find out it was us and Seb was just in the toilet.
Shut up.
You guys didn't play here, actually.
I got what?
You guys didn't play at this venue.
No, we weren't.
No, we didn't. We just came to watch. We were already qualified for semi-finals. Une ma casquette gros. Super.
3 people there.
So the biggest strength of Spain in the whole tournament was their pace, wasn't it?
Oh, they were lightning, mate. Absolutely, like so quick. They had like 3 players that were easily like some of the fastest people in this whole tournament.
I remember we were watching some of the games, and it was their fastest player was like
Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the guy he was talking about.
I don't think he's on at the moment.
No.
He's not.
No fingers, a bit of a thumb on one hand, and just like a palm. But he was
no legs either, did he?
So rapid.
No legs. I remember him learning how to do a rugby pass during the tournament. Right, he did brilliant passes afterwards. I learned so quickly.
I thought you were going to say I taught him everything.
Great pullback.
No, I
there.
didn't teach him. I just watched him learn.
Guessing they called a surrender. No, turnover.
Last tackle, I think. Yeah. So the another strong thing for Spain is that they had these fast players, so they could sort of quickly pick up the game because they were working together with Seb's teammates like Joel and everyone who already know like the basics of rugby league and played at a top level.
Yeah, so what they brought to the game was their chair skills, their pace, and that sort of side of it. And then the other players from Catalan brought the knowledge of the game.
Yeah, they were quite a good gel, and they all looked like they got on really well. They were good.
Oh yeah, if they played together a little bit more, they would have
really
been
friendly.
Ridiculous.
I know a lot of them were approaching me, and they were all asking about Harry and stuff because they've all played with Harry.
Oh, all the Spanish guys mentioned Harry as a god. They kept saying, "God, Harry's."
Harry, I think they said something like Harry and average Jack. I think was the term. I'm not sure. It was something like that, mate.
Average Jack.
They were like asking, "Is he really
not simple Jack?"
Yeah, just said simple Jack. I love that film.
It's a shame.
Not flagging up on both sides from the Spanish guys.
Yeah, like we said, I think a lot of there's a couple of them that this was the first time they've actually played it, wasn't it? They played like a friendly beforehand or something.
I mean, they were played games before
they
this.
did the group
Yeah,
games.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Games.
No, as in before the tournament. Yeah, they played a friendly, I think.
So right now on the pitch, you have two of those basketball players, I think, and all the others have played before.
Great.
Oh no, right now it's mostly rugby players.
I'm going to take that back.
That was a great offload and overlap.
Let's see how it built up. Because they were in the middle of the field a lot further back, weren't they?
I'm pretty sure they drew him all the way across.
Yeah, so pulling the middle man there. That's a good evade, that. Awesome pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a great offload.
That's a nice offload, mate.
But what's more impressive about it is they've either worked on that before as a player. I mean, the guys in the comments will tell us. But Diab's not even looking for him. Like, when does he know he's there? Like, there it was. Do you see the look just before?
I think he knew.
Yeah, he had a look before. And then
he had a tiny look before. But then he puts it in the place and he knows where Stefan's going to go. Great work.
That's what Wayne wanted to do with you the other day, but you weren't there.
Yeah, and then he drilled it into the floor.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're throwing passes like that, you need to give it airtime. It's got to hang up a bit.
Yeah.
Jade.
It's not Jade.
It's up Fortnite.
Oh, that's a great score. As if they zoomed in.
Is that one?
There's nothing on it. There we go. Hey, up.
There it is. I think Seb had missed the ball before we had.
I think
like Sonny B.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always helps to know your teammates well. To play with them a lot. It always helps your intuition with them much better.
Oh yeah, it's that you get that connection. That's what it is. Oh, little pop up.
Wasn't ready for it then.
Considering as well, look how much ground they made out of that. That was quite good.
I know. What's wrong now?
I think they called a tag. No, they're starting it again. That was weird. 2 players, let's go.
Yeah, Stefan. Stefan says he's been playing with Diab a lot in the league, so they both get to know each other's traits and things like that. And it's a lot across the board with that. Like we say, we put the ball into the floor, but 9 times out of 10, I would have been there, sort of thing. It's like you learn when you've been playing with someone for so long,
Just
you
weren't
learn
when it mattered.
their mannerisms and where they generally decide to go and things like that. So you have a sort of instinct of where people are going to go when you've played with them for that long. That's why I used to always love playing with Harry. Because
but it was a nightmare afterwards for the three others. You just like kept playing together, both of you, and then that was it. We called it the Brown Brother Show.
Yeah, it was just easy to know where he was going, and he knew where I was going all the time.
Go back. There was no gap there. I do not know how he got through.
Yeah, there wasn't a gap, but I think that was a try there.
No, they gave the try, but watch this.
It was like just the size of a chair. Well, it wasn't the size of a chair, was it? But it just bounced off them and like pinballed through them.
Yeah. Stefan.
That's an individual try right there.
I mean, you can argue perhaps drew the man so he could force over to him. Yeah, it does hit Yara, which Yara might have got there.
But it comes back to what we saw the other day. That Scraps' try the other day. If you watch them retreating after that tackle, the way they're retreating, it can't help them defend properly.
Oh, it was in Australia.
Australia.
The way they retreated.
Yeah, just watch back after the settler. I don't know who takes the settler here. Someone does. And the way they retreat, it just gives Spain numbers. So you managed to get two players here, and then he's not looking at number 5 there.
Yeah, Yara was actually reversing, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3 did the right thing. He pushed out to the winger.
Yeah, that's Stefan. Stefan, we forgive you. It's not your fault. They're just saying, vamos, vamos, vamos España. Olé.
Olé.
Viva Carlos.
6-4.
Nice recovery.
I think, Stefan Yara needed to get in front of him, but I think the issue was, like Seb says, on the retreat, he was the only player on the Oz team that was reversing back to the line, and it was a bit far to reverse. So when he's got back, it took a lot more time for him to then set back off, and that gave Spain the time to get the wheel.
Yara
Yara was trying to tackle 2 people.
It was what's his name?
Because the number 5 turned around and pushed back. He didn't have an idea what was going on. So then I'm guessing Yari was number 13. Tried to tag both of the attackers at the same time.
Instead of going through on 3, he tried to defend 2 attackers on his own.
Yeah, because they knew that 5 wasn't in the line. So it was the retreat from 5 that caused the
all that comes from the retreat from the 5 like earlier on. So there's a lot of 2-man defending from Spain, and Australia aren't using that, unfortunately.
Nice. Great turn.
Kept that alive well. Good offload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Australians playing like Australians do, don't they?
Yeah,
keep it all alive.
That would have gone back to Spain then. That was they left 1 tackle. They didn't play for that tackle.
So watch that back, because that's interesting how he managed to get through without having any speed at all. So did they bounce off, or what happened exactly before that?
Keep going further back here.
Yeah,
so it's number 5 again.
So here he comes.
He's got no speed at all. So simple Jedi.
Didn't take his day. It's just a lean, and then they get stuck on each other.
He fakes over. Number 12 turns all the way around. He faked him. That's what it was.
It's quite deceiving, really, because he is quite tall in his chair. I think people underestimate his evasion because of his. He couldn't come in at 100 miles an hour, but when he's on the ball, he's quite smart at when to evade. So it's not so much the amount of movement he does to get that tag away from him. It's more the timing of it. So when someone's going to reach, he knows that's when to lean and that's when to. So he leaves it till the last split second to evade. So it's just smart timing on the evasion.
But it's a big error from so it was number 12, Joel, from the Spanish team as well. I mean, even if he does pass it over, he shouldn't be looking back at that. He should still just in case stop his chair because he's got his man.
It doesn't matter how good you can evade. If you can get chair position, it doesn't matter, does it? And
but he had chair position. He had chair position, but because of that fake, he looked away and kind of moved his chair backwards, and that's how he got through. But he could have stopped him easily if he hadn't just turned his head around.
But yeah, that's it. That's what I say to our lot is don't follow a pass. Make sure you stop that person. There's 5 people and we've got 5 people.
Yeah.
Morning, Nate.
Morning.
Unless you're really the last defender, all your teammates are out, whatever. But
But at initial level, if you stop a player, you don't worry about the pass. You've done your job. Is that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So when it gets into more depth later on, that's when you try and bounce off of people and carry on going, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but in terms of your basic defence, you're 5-on-5, aren't you? So if everyone's got one man, they're not going anywhere.
That was great.
Was that not tackle?
It looked forward, but that was, I think
there was tackle beforehand. But that was good. That's Australia being Australia, as you said. They just, keep playing the ball. There's always someone available. It's great.
Fluidity and movement. Ooh, I said that.
And some of the passes they managed to do are just mad.
Yeah, they're playing a block compared to the other games that we watched.
When so much faster.
Yeah, they've got a couple of they're passing it out and hitting some straighter lines in this game. Whereas in the other ones we've seen, they're very like the one we did with Wayne last time. We were talking about how they're so lateral and no one's hitting the ball at pace, but they're doing them lateral movements and then getting the ball out to the fast guys, which is a good dynamic.
Was a hard kick. Was getting angry, was he, the Spanish player?
I think he was just trying to get it to hit off of someone.
Yeah, illegal.
Too late. This should be a try.
That's a 3-man tackle there.
3.
So instead of looking at the ref,
look at the ref
first, play, mate.
The thing is, they had it on the one before as well. They had 2 people tangled with each other.
Just because I know Seb loves to talk about. Could you talk about the chimp, Seb?
The chimp.
Yeah. So your brain has 3 parts to it: the chimp, the computer, and the human. The human is the normal you, where you think about what you're doing, etc. The computer is going to be your automatic. So, for example, you get in your car, you drive home, you don't even think about how you're getting home. You just know the way there. It's just automatic. You're just driving there. It's everything's automatic. And then your chimp is that little voice in your head when you get annoyed, frustrated, all sorts of things like that. For example, you miss a kick. And then the next kick, you're thinking, that little chimp in your head is saying, I missed that kick. Am I going to miss it again? God, no. It's that little voice that takes away your confidence, makes you go parts where you don't act as yourself. When you get angry at home and you feel like hitting something, that's your chimp. There's just and the thing is, you've got to try and control your chimp and make your automatics not be your chimp, but your human side that control your automatics. You getting it? Is that well explained? I'm really bad at this.
Like the demon on your shoulder sort of thing.
Not bad to be fair, but it's just a point. It's just a good example of it. In this is gets angry about the 2 tag, talks to the ref. He's got loads of time to play the ball, and now the chimp's made him put a bad passing. And as much as you kick yourself and you say, "Oh, it's not just the chimp that's made that bad pass," but it's like, no, that's exactly what it is. It's the mindset of that thing of I'm in a bad mood now. My brain's not focusing in on the automatic basics of what I do day in, day out.
It's what so we call it like muscle memory sort of thing. That's the computer side where you're going through the motions. You know what you're doing. You've done this a million times. That's the sort of that's what we will refer to it as.
And when you let that chimp take control a little bit, it interferes with that automatic process.
Yeah. Wow, it's just kind of really dark.
Ouais, kiff, bientôt la traduction. Mais on va en faire un en français bientôt là. Faut que je trouve 2 joueurs qui veuillent bien le faire avec moi en français. Je pense à Gilles Closeis et peut-être Cyril Torres, je sais pas. On verra bien. Je te tiens au courant.
The translations will be available on YouTube as well.
Oh, will they?
So when these go live on
forward.
when these go live on YouTube, that does have I think subtitles and translations. I think
Automatically.
I think so. Yeah, Deafman Paul knows more about it than I do, but that's one
That
of
would
the main
surprise
reasons
me, but
we're
yeah,
putting them up on YouTube is for the subtitles.
I'm not sure they'll manage to understand some of the accents that were on this stream.
What are you trying to say about my accent?
I wasn't aiming at anyone in particular.
What are you trying to say about my accent, mate?
Wow.
That isn't even my accent. I can't even do my own accent.
Well, Keith, you'll be happy to know when Seb pulls his finger out, we're going to do a French one.
Yes, we are.
That's what I just said. I just said that.
Me and Fred are going to have a day off, and Seb's going to actually do some work for once.
God, imagine if I'm hosting it. How are we going to be on time?
Mate, you can start it.
The Fred stream is going to be 13 hours long. It's going to have a 2-hour musical intro, a couple of Luigi and Mario impressions. No.
I understand the video.
If you guys could see Jade, she's like sat on the couch over there, and she's got both the cats, one on each arm, both in the exact same position, like like the lions when they stand on the side of the stairs and stuff in town centres. Yeah, the sphinxes.
Right, they need to play this really wide now. They've got 4 people on that side of the post.
Yeah, you should have stayed on the wing there, Steph. I think.
Oh.
Stop evading now.
Yeah, you had them all.
Better.
Nice dip. Oh, unlucky.
Oh, that's a tag. Yeah, it's unfortunate. He did the job again and had everyone on him, and then didn't do a fast play at the ball.
Yeah, like he's got 3 again every time. He has 3 people. They're really trying to stop him.
They're attacking too direct now. That's the problem. They're not switching before. They do need to attack straight like the try line, but they're not moving before to set themselves up in a different line. Everyone's just like hammered over that left side, and the overlap's not on. Plus, the play of the ball needs to be a lot faster there.
Oh yeah, but I think when you gain a bit of confidence in a game and you start thinking, oh, this is going to be easy, that's when you stop playing your basics and you start trying to fight to get through instead of playing as a team. That's what happens.
Oh, the other side. There's a huge gap then on the inside of the posts.
Right now, hands.
Between posts. Oh, they run into each other. I see what you're saying, Seb, is 100% spot on. Every time Australia retreat, that's when they fall apart.
Yeah, mate, they're really bad at retreating. It's like they put their cap on, they chew their chewing gum, they're thinking about kangaroos bouncing, and they're not, they're not in a rush. It's like, all right, mate,
Joker.
take the time, let's have some Vegemite, and then we'll retreat.
Nice. Oh, there's no one with him then.
I've got much more fire when they're attacking there.
Bit of sportsmanship here.
William's a passionate man. Look at him.
So what would you say to the Aussies then to try and turn that retreat around then? So what are the things that they need to put in?
Most of the time, you have to push harder when you're retreating than any other time in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, I think as a rule, it's a bit like, so for example, when you learn boxing, when you throw a punch in boxing, your hand has got to retreat really, really quickly to protect your face, and they teach you to retreat your hand quicker than you actually send the punch, just because it's so important to actually protect yourself after a punch. I think it's the same thing in rugby. I mean, like, I mean, like we're maybe exaggerating when we're saying you've got to go faster retreating, but it's not really. You're actually retreating quickly is so important, especially in wheelchair rugby league, because you've got no support. I mean, in the running game, you've got 13 players. I mean, if you retreat a bit slowly, all right, there's someone else there to cover up for you, and you can just lap around. But in wheelchair sports, there's only 5 players. So if you take your time to retreat, that's a huge gap you've got there, and you've got no info on what they're doing, and they can just play on your back. And right now they're playing against Spain, but if you do that against France,
oh yeah,
they're just through they just do one settler, fast play the ball, and you retreat like that, mate. Every single set they can score a try, and that's why we find when Australia plays France, there's a score like 100 to 12 or something. It's just because of that, just because of the retreating.
You've got to remember the communication side of it as well, because as you're retreating, some people will get back before you and stuff like that. So it's their job to tell you what's going on behind as well as you're looking over the shoulder. And that way, the best way when you're retreating is to be able to realize where they're going next. So if they have took a drive and they're on that left wing, on the right on that left wing, the idea is they're probably going to try and go right. If they're smart, there's no space to go left again. So you come back to a space watching them. It's like, yeah, they set up the chairs facing that way to move this way. So that's the way I need to get myself positioned for.
Definitely. I mean, I think, and I'm watching back whilst you're retreating as fast as possible. Always keep your eye on the attack, just to have the information, because I mean, okay, there's the communication, but you've got to see by yourself as well, because there might be things that your teammates didn't see. So you've always got to look back at what they're doing.
Forward.
That's a
little bit forward.
But I think it's number 8.
I think it might come from the fact that in Australia they don't use the fast play of the ball as much as we do in Europe, and that kind of affects their retreating, because they don't need it as much in their league, like retreating quickly. Whereas in England and in France, fast play of the ball is just every single time. So we really need to retreat quickly, and they've got that bad habit in a way. So when they play against fast play of the ball teams like France or England, they're just they're not used to it.
Just stop a sec. Go back. What was the ref doing just then?
What was the ref doing?
I mean, in my eyes, it looked like he was just goose stepping along the back.
Him?
Yeah, watch.
He's calling for a drop kick.
It means a drop out, mate.
I was like, what the hell is he doing? I mean, I've never seen that sign for a dropout, but yeah.
Oh, remember from the England-France tour when who was it from the French team that made that meme of?
Oh yeah, Adrien Citel made it, and of who was it?
It was Matt the ref.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for hip thrusting.
Matt was doing a call for hip thrusting, so he held his arm out and he was like doing his hips like that, and then they put it to some music and like looped it. It was hilarious.
Mate, you got to get it on the stream.
We'll find it. I will
show you.
Message whoever, try and find it, and then put it on our Facebook Messenger.
I've got it. I'll send it to
you.
Put it in the group, in the Facebook Messenger, and we'll share it.
I'm sending it.
So yeah, their number 8 was the guy we was talking about, who is really quick. He doesn't have sort of fingers or anything like that.
What was with the court, William? Was it slippy or something, or dirty? What was the issue?
Oh wait, pause the video. He's just sent the what's it through.
Has it got through? I've been pressing a million times. It's not sending through.
Yeah, mine's gone through. He sent it like 3 or 4 times now, mate.
Oh, there you go.
That's a bit loud.
Jesus.
God, you could have sent it in a better quality, mate.
Oh, just watch.
Oh wait, it'll be on it. Wait, I'll play it again. It's on his.
We're gonna play it at the end because I'm gonna have to take down the whole video and then bring it back up and share it and stuff.
Pause it quick. Oh, hang on. The cork was soft.
It was soft. Oh, all right.
Was it? Was it?
Oh, is that not wood?
I thought it was a wooden one.
There's a lot of like fake wood in France, and it's actually soft.
Right.
There's a lot of fake quartz like that.
What am I stopping it for, Fred?
It was skipping a lot.
All right.
Because
I've got it.
sending a million videos. Yeah, still.
Mate, I'm really bad with Facebook. I just shared it to my.
Probably skipping because Seb's just sent
profile.
me like five of the same video. And it's trying to get them.
I just shared it to my Facebook page without doing it on purpose, mate. I'm so bad with Facebook.
What are you doing?
It's still going off of him sending us.
Wait, do we really want him to host his own live show for the French?
God. Well, at least we won't.
How do I? Oh, there you go. Share to Messenger. Right.
I take it back a bit.
Facebook's
See if
not
that's any
working.
better. Give it a little bit of time to.
Still skipping quite a bit.
Hard to push and slow.
If you skip back a little bit further and let it play into it a bit more, because this is a bit. We'll just see what happens.
Let me check. Cats haven't knocked out my internet or something.
All right.
Ugh.
All right, I've sent the actual link to the video now.
Stop sending things.
This is the actual video now.
So they need to go the other way now, all the way out to the wing.
Oh yeah.
Is it still skipping for you?
If that try is refused, no, he does it. He got it.
Is it skipping for you, Seb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, stupid internet.
It's not normal, buddy. Kick it to. Just pause it, see if it can load for a bit.
God, so it's another game where you see second half, Spain just make a huge comeback. Because Australia are way ahead right now.
Yeah, the second one's going to be fine, isn't it? Autoplay annotations.
Oh,
See if that's any better for you.
we're going to be watching a smudge now. No, it's not. Yeah, still skipping pretty bad, man.
Give it a pause then. Your phone on Wi-Fi, Jed? No.
Do you have fiber at your place or what?
Yeah, we got the fibre, didn't we? Did we get fibre? We changed, didn't we? We did move to something. In the meantime, let me. I'm going to queue up the funny video.
I'm still getting messages from Seb.
You're still. How many messages have you sent, Seb?
1, 2, 3.
3.
I got 4.
Jesus.
Well, the only one that's the correct one is the link, which I sent once.
Brilliant.
Shall I put it on?
Here we go.
With the music.
I've got it on with sound. Are we ready? Sorry, Matt.
That's skipping as well, is it?
Yeah, sorry, Matt.
Who got ref of the year, did he not?
He did indeed.
Of course he did with them dance moves.
Well, that's why.
That's why.
Right, come on.
Oh, it's better. It's just slow. Yeah, we're good. Jack got the old plugged the Wi-Fi back into the toaster. We're all good. So then they just run into each other big time. If it had just
even needed to straighten up or take a tackle because they had everyone on one side.
Go back slightly. You've got all 5 Spanish players are all over on that wing. Look. So from this drive here, I think did they cut him back afterwards?
They got 2-man tackle there.
When does it cut back across?
It comes across it by.
Here we go. Look. So
no, it's all 5 Aussies left. So you didn't need all 5 of the Aussies on that left side.
But
there.
now, so all 5 of Spain are there. If it like,
if Diab could stay in his
Jack,
chair,
can you see Gilles?
What's the what?
Yeah. Can you see Gilles?
Gilles.
Where's Gilles? Hi Gilles. We miss you.
Il te dit que tu lui manques.
Mute him for a second, man.
Yeah, I'm going to mute Seb.
Nice dip. That was a great little dip from number 10 then. Made so much more ground off of one little move.
I'm calling the offside.
It should be a penalty. Oh no, I think they called a forward pass.
Ooh, that's hard.
So if right just then he threw Seb's now talking to no, he's still on the phone. If he'd have passed it into that player, they would have got a penalty and a fresh 6. Where he tried to throw it over, it went forward, and that's why they've called it back, I think.
Yeah, it's good that they're trying to keep the flow of the game and fast play the ball thing. But the problem is if you play the risks, it's probably better to just try and make that pass. You got to weigh it up, don't you? If they're offside somewhere and they're not, and if they're generally in your way, try and make the pass as you usually would.
You need a quick runner there. They had everyone up. I think they're calling out. Will's definitely on the line. Yeah. Oh, Steve Abel.
Yara's looking a little bit annoyed.
Well, you can see his Will was out. I think he was saying he was tackled first. Here we go. You know he's going to come onto this. There he is.
There he is.
He's so quick.
Ridiculously fast. Let me see where he set off from.
Yeah.
So he's at the far
wing. And
far right wing, isn't he?
Goes around their winger as well. I love that. He's just told everyone to calm down and then they put in the kick. So he goes around the winger.
Around the winger. But they're like miles ahead of anyone.
Jesus.
I think that's when when Spain start to realise it's like we've got the pace here. Seb, do you want to come back in? Give us a wave if you're coming back in. Oh, he's muted himself as well.
Oh. Let's get this white. Oh.
It is a little bit frustrating. Like the play of the ball is very slow.
Yeah. It's like and
I know it's not the way they play.
Right. But no. But that's it. It's not their style, like you said.
Not their style. But it's just hard for me. I'm just like, everything we do is all about play that ball fast.
There's 3 players. Let's go. Too slow. No way. No
Come
way.
on.
So go back.
I love this kid.
So you can clearly see then in those when he was giving high fives, like just how much of a hand this guy has. And watch this. Not only is he taking in the ball, he's still amazed and pushes. He's not relying on his pace either. He's still pushing and going through.
He's not doing anything special chair maneuver wise either. Is doing little tiny turns with his hips, but if all they needed was chair position there, and it was a very slow play of the ball, so there's no reason for the Australians not to stop that, because him being so small and so light,
and he's light. Yeah, if you touch him, he's
so
going
light. There's no reason for him to be breaking through a line like that.
But it's like on offense, if you watch him on offense, all he does is chair D. There he goes again. No way.
But again, hit him.
There you go.
I'm sorry, there with that left turn was nothing special. Don't get me wrong; he's still a very fast, very skilled player. But all he does is turn left, and William, you could have just wiped him out.
Yeah. You took another push.
Can we hear me now again? Am I back?
Yeah.
But see, just it may not entirely because of retreating, but the whole attitude in his retreating affects his attitude when he pushes up. So if you watch him retreat, he's like, dandling around, going back really slowly. And then when Oscar catches the ball, he's at full pace and Williams at a stop. And he takes a small little push and goes up to him. So he's not matching his speed at all. Oscar's going 3 times as fast as William is. So it's not an amazing evasion or whatever, but just because of the raw speed he has compared to William's speed at that moment, it's just too easy to get past. It's like trying to stop someone when you're walking and he's running. I mean, like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see. Can you see my cats fighting each other on my back?
Nope. We're here about rugby, mate.
One of them's climbing on the back of the sofa and the other one's smacking the shit out of him.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah.
So that was Gilles Clausen for any affirms that we can do a live stream together.
So what you're saying is you haven't organised anything. Today. Thank God Gilles has been watching, so Gilles is going to take the lead on this.
He hasn't been watching. I just rang him up.
Why did you ring him during this?
Thought it'd be nice for the fans to say hello to Gilles Clausen.
Oh dear.
I love Gilles. Gilles a great guy and stuff like that. But like, you say me and Wayne are like too close, and we, yeah. But mate, you like obsess over Gilles.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Gilles was my mentor, mate. Taught me everything.
Do you know
I taught you everything.
Me.
Fred taught us everything, mate.
That would mean we never knew anything until last year.
This is true. You're aware I'm watching these games, right?
Yeah, Oscar's only downfall was his disability, really, in re-tagging and playing the ball. He adapted it really well.
It's still quick though, man.
It's still quick though.
It's still quick.
His fast play of the balls there, faster than the Australian one.
Yeah, this is what we were saying. Because when we sat and sort of spoke to them all at the after the finals they played, the games they played against Wales, like it made you rethink about, are you putting enough effort into it? Like you've got a guy literally here with no fingers, half a thumb, who can tag up, push his chair quicker than you, and you're supposed to be a quote unquote able-bodied player. It's just like, ugh. That's what's so good about this sport, though, man.
I remember I was playing a basketball game a couple of years ago. I was playing against Adi Adepitan, you know, the presenter guy on TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was awful to me.
Black guy, dreadlocks.
Yeah, it was like, oh, I'm a 2-pointer. Well, you're supposed to be an AB. What's going on here? I'm dicking on you. And all this. I was like, proper bad mouthing me, made me feel like.
I'm pretty sure he plays for the Titans now, doesn't he?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Oh,
yeah, he plays with he plays with Freya and a guy we know called Steve.
Yeah, he bullied me that game.
Oh, nice. Good heads up from 13 then.
See, but that was the chimp as well, because that was Joel there. He was frustrated because the Australian guy didn't take his tag off straight away. So he's like, oh God, come on, take my tag off. So he's like, in that frustration, you got annoyed and just threw the ball without actually looking if anyone was available for it.
Yeah.
So it just ends up in making stupid errors, and it gives the ball back to the enemy, and they get a penalty from that. I don't know how they got a penalty from that.
Not sure.
What happened to get a penalty? But anyway, you just give the ball back to the opponents, and you just, at risk of getting a try scored against you again.
There we go.
Straighten up.
Oh.
Quoi?
They're really trying to work this side. Nice skip pass. Good knockdown by that guy. You stop that try.
And back to 6.
That's all good though.
Surely there was a forward somewhere there.
Yeah, but you sort out your defensive line now. He's held the ball up as well.
Right, that's half time, I think. Yeah, for me at the half when Australia get into the try line there.
Wait, does it show the halftime score or not?
It didn't, no. I'll see if I can find it though. I think it only shows.
There's a big gap though, isn't there?
I think it only shows the score on after a score.
Right. So the from that then, Spain are utilising on what we were saying. It's the slow retreat.
Yeah, but like I was saying with the Aussies there, like when you're in a position on their try line, that's when they start going really lateral. For me, is like Canane should be just taking the ball into the sticks, spinning round because he's the tall guy and making one of his offloads that way, making it easy, draw 2 men and do the simple stuff on their try line rather than trying to do the 23 passes and getting a try, which looks great, but just do the simple stuff on the try line and save that stuff for the midfield.
I mean, the thing is especially with the last few games we've watched, obviously somehow it's always ended up with Australia. What we're saying is what we're picking up on is the retreat off of the tackles. You need to retreat a hell of a lot faster. And then if they play the ball quicker on offense, they're going to score a hell of a lot more in Australia anyway. Because it's like...
There's no way where a fast play of the ball doesn't help you.
Yeah, but especially in their game, their pro and their con is exactly the same thing. So their con is they're slow on the retreat. The pro, that if they put into place, they're going to score a lot more, is linked with that anyway. So it's one of those where, the quick play of the ball. So the quick play of the ball will beat the slow retreat. So if you improve both of those, that's where the game's going to keep stepping up. So I'm saying the con is they're slow on retreat, but the pro, how do you beat that is what they need to work on. So if they work,
as soon as they start retreating faster, they'll naturally start playing attacking the ball faster and playing the ball faster. Yeah.
So from both sides of like the Australia game that we watched, where we were saying, they're doing everything right, but the play of the ball's really slow. But then the downside is why they're retreating so slow. But that's what I'm saying. So if one team learnt that, you would dominate the other one until they picked up on their retreat.
Yeah, with the Aussie sort of thing, I think going from that, I mean, I think they got a lot faster after the World Cup as well, though. That is this is 2017, so right, 3 years now, but they have got the play of the ball a lot faster. But I think that's what they've done from this game from this tournament is gone away and they've gone. We've had to keep their fundamentals and their strategies that they play to, which is keep the ball alive. And make them passes and make multiple runs, but at the same time, right, we're going to do it just a little bit faster now. We're going to play the ball a little bit faster now, but keeping them fundamentals. Yeah,
and from the Spain point of view in that game, they're allowing Australia to command where their defense is going too much. Like the whole team's moving constantly, and they're always getting. They're not even working for an overlap. It just naturally happens because of the way they play. So they're just bunching all of Spain together.
Yeah, it'll be interesting in the future to watch the Ashes tours. That's Australia now kind of thing. See how they adapted since then. But then again, it's different because they don't. I guess you prepare much more for a tournament like World Cup, whereas that was They were missing a few players, and I know they had some like politic issues where some of the New South Wales players weren't in the Australian squad or something. So.
Yeah, it's a shame because unfortunately it comes into play a lot. I think everywhere's trying to work on that sort of getting that out of the way and just picking people who actually you're good enough to play. Let's play, that sort of thing. It's a shame, but it's getting better, man.
Yeah. Cyril says hello to you both, by the way. I don't know if you noticed.
Cyril. Oh, what?
If it just says bonjour, I'd understand that, but I can't get
bonjour à vous trois. It means hello to all three of you.
Where does it say that? Oh, there at the bottom.
Yeah.
Ça va, Cyril.
But yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to the second half because, as we know the final score now, we know it's actually quite a tight game. So Spain must come out guns blazing.
Good action from Oscar, maybe.
Yeah, man, that kid, ridiculous. Is he in the team next year? Do you know?
Let's find out if he's got like an English grandma or something.
I don't know. He wasn't in the last organised camp, but that's because the camp was there in Albi, and it was just too far for the Spanish players.
Why was the camp in Albi?
Because the team manager. Well, what happened is, I think they were supposed to have a camp in Valencia. Something happened; it got cancelled, whatever. And one of the girls, there's a girl that plays for Spain now. She lives in Albi, and she managed to get big sponsorships, whatever, that would pay for the whole camp if it was held in Albi. So they got a camp in Albi.
Right, that's good though.
Yeah, and then all the Spanish players couldn't, so they only had a camp between French-Spanish players.
Yeah, that's one of the main problems that was faced with the Ireland team like a while ago, and that's why we ended up playing like a barbarian sort of version. But it's only ever sort of in England sort of thing. I know in sevens they've got a sevens team that's out in Ireland, but vice versa they don't want people who live in England who are Irish to go over and play. And it's like what we were saying before, it's the politics of it where it's a bit like, come on guys. But
weird.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next.
I'm hoping Spain can manage their frustration a bit more because it happened a few times, and mostly Joel, which is my friend from Catalan. You can tell he's getting frustrated at small things and making errors off of them.
Do you think that's because of his experience, though? Because he's used to playing with Catalan Dragons sort of thing, and so if someone is making a slight fundamental error sort of thing, is that why he's getting frustrated? Because he's not got.
I don't know. I think he's also getting frustrated at small things that shouldn't you just need to handle with, like when the Australians slowed down the tag. I mean, that's shit that happens.
Oh, yeah.
Like someone slowing down the tag, you just deal with it. You've got to. We were talking about controlling your chip earlier on. That's part of it. So the opponent's always going to do something annoying. I mean, I've played against Joe before, and he's the most annoying person in the whole game of Wheelchair Rugby League.
Well, I don't know if he's the most annoying, Seb. There's contenders, don't you think?
Anyway, yeah, you've just got to, you've got to put up with it and just say, yeah, whatever. I'm just going to play my game. I don't care, and just smile, and you just got to keep in that good mood, and then you'll let it make way less errors, kind of thing. Because just from losing his shit, he made 3 times more errors than he would usually do.
It's like what we said before with when people try and antagonize people into a fight sort of situation, where most of the time we just laugh because it's hilarious.
Yeah, you just got to smile back.
Yeah, brilliant.
Whatever, mate.
One question you might know actually: was there a language barrier within the Spanish team then? If some of them are French and some of them are Spanish,
I think so, because so in that team there was one of the French-Spanish players that was fluent in Spanish. But then Joel, who's the captain, and Teal, that number 13, that's also a French-Spanish player, don't speak Spanish.
So the captains didn't speak both language.
Yeah.
That's
just that he had the most experience in the actual.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Catalan, then yeah, definitely.
But then he didn't. There was definitely a language barrier between them, and I think that's something they're working on. They're actually.
I think that's a mistake some coaches think as well, though. Like your coach, your captain doesn't have to be your most experienced or your best player. 9 times out of 10, it ends up being that way.
Yeah.
But your captain should be decided on what they bring for the team in terms of a group sort of thing, not in terms of this is our best player, so he's captain. It's got to be.
Yeah, I know, but so you've also got to think that the captain is supposed to be the only person that's allowed to speak to the ref during a game.
Yeah, true.
So if your captain's someone that doesn't know the game and it doesn't have that much knowledge about the game, you're kind of in an awkward position, because that means if they put someone else who was Spanish as captain, but then
you couldn't do that.
They don't know the game. They just started it, so they can't push the rest.
Yeah, you can't have a captain who's new to the sport. I think you made the right choice. Well, not you, but they made the right choice putting him as a captain. But it's the same with what we said with the Italy team the other day, where you had really strong 3, but then you had 2 other really strong players that weren't utilised because of the language barrier and they don't play together. You can sort of see that a bit more in there.
Yeah, I definitely think watching that back, they could have focused on using the Spanish potential much more instead of because most of that first half they were just using the French rugby players, and I don't know. I think the Spanish players had loads of potential, and if they were on, I mean, just when you see Oscar come on, it makes a huge difference to the game.
Yeah,
and I think they could have used that so much more.
Like you say, they were trying to do like the rugby league experienced players were trying to do it all, and just have the basketball players integrate. What they should have been doing is going, right, the basketball players need to be the ones that are scoring the tries here. They need to, because we need to do the hard work. We need to set up the players. We need to build the momentum and put them through gaps. There's no point in trying to get them to make passes or fast play the balls and do the intricate rugby league stuff. They should have realised that we're not here to score the try. And I know that I can't remember his name, but the guy who scored the try that was like, how did he get through there? The Spanish lad.
Till.
Yeah. So I remember watching a couple of his games and he was constantly trying to score, trying to beat people and stuff. We're trying to do it all. And it's like, no, if he's actually one of the more competent passers and player the balls, so he could have actually set up for them and put the basketball players over. And that way you don't have to overload them either and say, right, okay, you need to tag this way and you need to set up like that. Get on your wing, push as fast as you damn can, and I'll give you the ball and you'll score.
It's like when you play off of, because our training sessions, obviously we've got our other team that's there as well, and at the end of the game we all come together and play a big match. So what we do then is you work out, what people are the best at. Like if someone's got a quick play of the ball, you're like, right, I can play off of them. Whereas someone else can push really fast and they're not too competent at that, they've then got to play off of me. So you've got to sort out that relationship you can have with other people. Obviously, you need to play together, and we know they're a new team, but you need to use what you've got in that moment. And if you've got, for instance, Oscar, who is blinding fast, all I need to do is go in, get 2 people, and make sure there's a space for him, and just give him that ball. Yeah, and he's going to be off. Like we've seen it. He's come on. He's like beating everyone to the kicks. He ran through off of a simple play of the ball and managed to just go in a straight line through the whole defence. You've got to see that and go.
I think it all comes down to ego, though, as well. I mean, like,
you've got to put that back.
Your ego makes you want to score yourself. You don't want to play for the others, and you can really see that in that game, and in many games. Where I mean, the Italy game was even worse. Yeah, and I just think if you in rugby in general, wheelchair rugby league as well, you can get rid of your ego and focus on making your teammates score if that's got to be your job. 100%. That's just what you've got to do. And you won't get all the glory, but who cares, mate? The glory is winning, not scoring a try.
That's one of the things we sort of brought in at the Argonauts was stop counting who tries. Like, I don't want to know if you score 5 tries. Like I want to know if we win or if we lose. And that's why the whole mentality of what we were saying before, where if you're making a run and someone else comes up and draws that winger wide, you score the try and you instantly go to that winger because they're the one that really scored the try by dragging that gap.
Yeah, work for each other.
That team mentality. That
Right,
ego's got to be
so-
first. You've got to be winning, not scoring tries. It's like
Exactly.
Yeah.
Scraps, that's a special one for you there, mate.
Yeah, we've got to teach him how to count to 10 as well. He only stopped at 8.
Yep.
Bless him.
Yeah, stopped at
Yeah,
8.
you should go back to school, mate.
He can't. They're not allowed.
He would
Right,
get
so,
there. He could get.
we're
it
going
could
to be back.
12.
It's Wednesday today, isn't it? Yeah.
I've-
So we're
yeah.
going to be
Yeah,
back
mate.
on
It's
Friday.
Wednesday. God.
We're going to be back on Friday, Seb. Friday.
Yeah.
I knew it was on today.
Friday.
I was waiting where it ready, and then I thought, right, I've got a bit of time. I'm going to help Sarah build up this tree, this cat tree. And she looked at me and said, "You're not late for your thing." I thought, "Oh no, I still got 10 minutes, I think." And then I just continued a bit. And then I came over and looked at the time. Thought, "Oh, it's 1. Oh, actually, I am a bit late. Right, it's all right. It doesn't matter."
Joker.
And then I
So we'll be
connected,
back
and I
on
stayed in the
Friday
backstage
for
for
the
about 10
second half.
minutes.
10
And
minutes.
we'll see you all there.
Yeah, second half Friday, 12 o'clock.
And
Second half Friday,
Look out for
on
Seb's
time,
French
boys,
stream
on time.
when he eventually sorts it out. Now Gilles on board, it might actually happen.
So, Jack, have the other boys joined the hair and beard challenge yet? What was the hair and beard challenge?
Oh, Nate and me, we're not doing anything with his hair until or beards until the
I've literally
COVID's over.
mine, actually. I just
Ah,
took
right.
my beard down. Mate, to be honest, my hair's like
Mate, that's the only reason I put a cap on is because my hair's getting ridiculous. So
man.
I feel obliged to.
Yeah, the struggle is real.
And my beard was getting really awful, so that's why I did it off, cut it off.
To be honest, I always used to shave my head. It's not until I started to do acting castings and stuff like that. That's the only reason I grew my hair.
Yeah, man. Right, we'll see you on Friday, guys.
Right, thank you, boys.
Bye bye. Au revoir.
Adios. Ciao tutti. Ciao tutti.